you know what are stem cells? Anyone just tell me what is stem cells?
Stem cells are special human cells that are able to develop too many different cell types.
Okay, good. So basically our human body made up of several different cells, okay, and most of the cells are basically they are specialized to perform particular functions, such as, say, in case of red blood cells, they have a particular function. They carry oxygen around our bodies in the blood, but the property they lack, though they have a specialized function, but the property they actually lack is they are unable to divide. So here comes the speciality of the stem cells. So stem cell is a cell with the unique ability to develop into specialized cell types in the body. So it is the source to become the specialized cell. In the future, they may be used to replace cells and tissues that have been damaged or lost due to disease. So this is basically the stem cell. From the stem cell, you see, they produce more stem cells, and also the stem cells actually differentiate to become more and more specialized cell to do or to function specialized works in our body. So these stem cells, they can divide over and over again to produce new cells, as you can see, and the divide, they can change into the other types of cells that make up the body. Just hold on. Okay, so the stem cells, before going into that, the stem cells are the body's raw material cells. Okay, that means the cells from which all other cells with specialized functions, they are generated, and under the right conditions in the body, or say in a laboratory, stem cells divide to form more cells, which is known as the daughter cells. Now these daughter cells either become new stem cells. This is the new stem cells. Now these stem cells has the property of self renewal or become specialized cells, and the process by which the stem cells become these more specialized cells, this is known as differentiation, with a more specific function. As I have mentioned, the examples include blood cells, brain cells, heart muscle cells, bone cells, etc. Now obviously from this discussion, this is clear that no other cells in the body has the natural ability to generate into new cell types. So the first criteria, they can divide over and over again to produce new cells, and as they divide, they can change into the other types of cells that make up the body. Now the question comes, why we need to know about the stem cells, or what is so much important? What are specialties, or why these stem cells, these are important? Because these stem cells basically represent an exciting area in medicine because of their potential to regenerate and repair damaged tissues. Some current therapies, say, such as bone marrow transplantation, I guess you have heard about that already make use of stem cells and their potential for regeneration of damaged tissues. Other therapies that are under investigation, that also involve transplanting stem cells into a damaged body part and directing them to grow and differentiate into healthy tissue. So this is basically the importance of this stem cells. So why these are important? Researchers and doctors hope stem cell studies can help to increase understanding of how disease occurred. Now by watching stem cells mature into cells in bones, heart muscles, nerves and other organs and tissues, researchers and doctors, they they will have a better idea or better understanding on how disease conditions develop. So the stem cell studies that will actually help us to know about a particular disease to occur. Next, it helps to generate healthy cells to replace diseased cells, and these actually can be used to form regenerative medicines. Now stem cells can be guided into becoming specific cells that can be used to regenerate and repair diseased or damaged tissues in people. People who might benefit from stem cell therapies include those with, say, spinal cord injuries, type 1 diabetes, Parkinson's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Alzheimer's, heart disease, stroke, burns, cancer, osteoarthritis. So I have just given you a long list. The patients of these diseases, they actually will be benefited if these regenerative medicines can be used. Now the stem cells may have the potential to be grown to become new tissues for use in transplantation or to make regenerative medicines. Now researchers continue to advance the knowledge on stem cells and their applications in transplant and regenerative medicines, that is basically under process. Next, it will help to test new drugs for safety and effectiveness. Before using investigational drugs in people, researchers can use some types of say stem cells to test the drugs for safety, its quality. Now this type of testing will most likely first have a direct impact on drug development, first for cardiac toxicity testing. Now new areas of study include the effectiveness of using human stem cells that have been programmed into tissue specific cells to test new drugs. Now for the testing of new drugs to be accurate, the cells must be programmed to acquire prepared properties of the type of cells targeted by the drug. Now the techniques to program cells into specific cells that need to be studied. For instance, a nerve cells could be generated to test a new drug for a nerve disease. Now test could show whether the new drug had any effect on the cells and whether the cells were harmed. So basically the stem cell studies or the stem cell that is a naturally occurring phenomena in nature, naturally occurring process inside our body. So that can be used in various effective studies in human biology. Now the stem cells, as we know from this discussion, this is basically the undifferentiated state or the blank state, you can say. This means that they are capable of developing into cells that serve numerous functions in different parts of the body. Now all humans start out as only one cell, and which is known as zygote. Fertilized egg or zygote. The zygote now divides into 2 cells, then 4 cells, and so on. Now eventually the cells begin to differentiate, taking on a certain function in a part of the body. Now this process is called differentiation. I have all mentioned this before. The process of stem cells to become a specialized cell, this is known as the differentiation process. Now,
Ma'am,
yeah,
the screen is on. Why are stem cells important?
okay. Is it now visible?
Yes, ma'am, but only types of stem cell is visible.
Okay. Just listen to my words first, okay? And I will just change the slides. Now these stem cells are cells that haven't differentiated yet. Now they have the ability to divide and make an indefinite number of copies of themselves. Now, other cells in the body that can only replicate a limited number of times before they begin to break down. Now, when a stem cell divides, it can either remain as a stem cell or turn into a differentiated cell. I have showed you the picture. Now, these stem cells, they have, researchers actually categorize these stem cells according to their potential to differentiate into other types of cells, because they will differentiate into specialized cells, but the differentiation potency is different. Now, embryonic stem cells are the most potent, as their job is to become every type of cells in the body. It's very much needed. Now, the one kind inputs includes totipotent cells. So, totipotent stem cells are those which can differentiate into all possible cell types. The first few cells that appear as the zygote starts to divide as totipotent, because I told that totipotent cells or the zygotes that actually differentiate into first 2 cell stage, then 4 cell stage, then 8 cell stage, 16 cell stage, and so on. So, and after that, from there they actually differentiate to form a more specialized cell type. So, basically they actually start from the zygote or a single cell. So, the zygote has the ability to be totipotent one. Next is the pluripotent. So, these cells can turn into almost any cell, this pluripotent. So, cells from the early embryo, these are known as pluripotent cell. Next is multipotent. Now, these multipotent cells that can differentiate into a closely related family of cells, like say adult hematopoietic stem cells. These are very good example of multipotent stem cell. Why? Because these adult hematopoietic stem cells that can become red blood cells, white blood cells or platelets, but they are actually confined into a particular or closely related family of cells. So, these hematopoietic stem cells are multipotent. Next is oligopotent. Now, oligopotent cells are differentiated into new different cell types, like adult lymphoid or myeloid stem cells. They can be classified as oligopotent stem cell. And last one is unipotent, means this can only produce cells of one kind, unipotent, that cannot form any other different cell type. However, they are still stem cells. These unipotent stem cells are still stem cells because they can renew themselves. They have the self renewal property. Examples include adult muscle stem cells. So, just remember the examples. The totipotent cells include the zygote, the pluripotent cells include the early embryo. Multipotent cells can be the multipotent cells, hematopoietic stem cells, oligopotent stem cells that can be lymphoid or myeloid stem cells, and unipotent cells like adult muscle stem cells. Now, why this zygote is
pluripotent example, ma'am?
Pluripotent is that can turn into almost any cell. The earliest early cells of embryo or the early embryo is known as the pluripotent cell, from where the zygote develops into embryo, and from there actually the cells differentiate to form different layers or the different cells of various functions. So, this embryo is the cells from the embryo that is defined as the pluripotent cell. Okay, and this I have this told that zygote is a very well known example or very well understood example of the totipotent cell, because the zygote is a single cell that is formed by the union of a sperm and an ovum. Now what happens, the once that single cell or the zygote starts dividing, it is known as an embryo, and the cells of early embryo is known as the pluripotent cell. Basically the pluripotent cells, stem cells, come from totipotent stem cells, and the example of totipotent stem cell is zygote. And the zygote when divides, it forms the embryo, and one cell becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and so on. Now doubling rapidly until it ultimately grows into an entire sophisticated organisms composed of many different kinds of specialized cell. Now that organism, say a person, is an immensely complicated structure that consists of, say, many of billions of cells with functions as diverse as those of, say, eyes, your heart, your immune system. So there are different cell types. Now all of the specialized cells that make up these body systems, these are basically the descendants of the original zygote, which is a stem cell with the potential to ultimately develop into all kinds of body cells. So the cells of a zygote, that is known as the totipotent. So basically zygote is unicellular one, and that is the totipotent cell, meaning that they have the capacity to develop into many types of cells in the body. And the process by which stem cells need to become differentiated or specialized is a very complex process and known as the differentiation. Now that you have asked me, embryonic stem cells that are considered pluripotent instead of totipotent, why? Because they cannot become part of the extra embryonic membrane or the placenta. You got your answer. Why zygote is known as the totipotent cell, but embryo, the early cells of embryo, is known as the pluripotent cells? Because the totipotent or totipotency is the ability to become any kind of specialized cell, and the unicellular, the single cell zygote has that particular ability. Now I have mentioned the cells of early embryo. Embryo is nothing when the zygote continues to divide, it forms embryo, and the early cells of embryo, that is considered as the pluripotent cell. So why that is not considered as the totipotent cell? Because the embryo or embryonic stem cells, or these are pluripotent, as they cannot become the part of extra embryonic membranes or the placenta, but the placenta, cells of placenta, that can be differentiated from a zygote. So zygote is a totipotent, but embryonic stem cells are known as the pluripotent cell. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now different source of the stem cells.
Ma'am, pluripotent can't become extra.
Pluripotent cells cannot become the part of extra embryonic membranes or the placenta. Extra embryonic membrane or placenta. So now there are different source of these stem cells. What are the different sources? It can be adult stem cells, embryonic stem cells, mesenchymal stem cells, and induced pluripotent stem cells or IPS. So we will talk about all of these sources of stem cells one by one. So see, this is basically a representative figure. You can see this is the early stage embryo, the embryonic stem cells. So if you consider, this is the placenta region or extra embryonic region. So once they are embryonic stem cells, they will actually differentiate to form different cells inside the body, but they cannot form this placenta, right? This extra embryonic membrane, that cannot be differentiated from the embryonic stem cells inside the placenta. So this embryonic stem cells is known as the pluripotent cells. and these embryonic stem cells and the extra embryonic cells, both of them that are coming from a single cell or zygote after several stage of differentiation and division. So basically these stem cells, embryonic stem cells, is said to be the pluripotent one. See, this is the example. Now next comes adult blood stem cells. I have mentioned adult blood stem cells. I have mentioned it as hematopoietic stem cell. So hematopoietic stem cell, what I have told, this is the example of multipotent cell. What means multipotent cell? Multipotent cell means the cell which can, the stem cells which is differentiated into different cell types, but the cells are of same or closely related class of cells. The hematopoietic stem cells will differentiate into red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, but all of these are closely related. So hematopoietic stem cells or adult blood stem cells, which is known as the multipotent cell. And these cells, say red blood cells, WBC, RBC, platelets, these cells have particular functions to do inside our body. They are responsible to complete specialized functions. That cannot be differentiated. This is basically the age. These cells cannot differentiate again to become more specialized cells. This is the final stage of cell specialization. So these are the specialized cells. So these cells do not have the property of self renewal. They do not have the property to differentiate into more specialized cells. So these cells are not stem cells. Okay. So this is adult stem cell. See, the examples say, now adult stem cells are tissue stem cells that can come from different parts of adult body. They are specific to a certain kind of tissues of the body. For instance, liver cells. You can see the liver cells that actually can regenerate liver tissues only, or the muscle stem cells that can regenerate the muscle fibers. But adult stem cells are limited to only becoming more of the specialized tissues. Liver stem cells cannot make new muscle fibers, or muscles stem cells that cannot make new liver tissues. So basically a person's body contains stem cells throughout their life. The body can use them, these stem cells, whenever it needs them. This can also be called as tissue specific or somatic stem cells. Adult stem cells exist throughout the body from the time an embryo develops. The cells are in a non-specific state, but they are more specialized than embryonic stem cells. So adult stem cells are non-specific, still more specialized than embryonic stem cells, and they remain in this state until the body needs them for a specific purpose, say as skin or muscle cells. Now day-to-day living means the body is constantly renewing its tissues. In some parts of the body, such as the gut and the bone marrow, stem cells regularly divide to produce new body tissues for maintenance and repair. Now the stem cells, they are present inside different types of tissues. Scientists have found stem cells in tissues like the brain, you can see, bone marrow, blood and blood vessels, skeletal muscles, skin, liver. However, the stem cells can be difficult to find. They can stay in non-dividing and non-specific for years until the body summons or call them to repair or grow new tissues. Adult stem cells can divide or self-renew indefinitely. This means they can generate various cell types from the originating organ or even regenerate the original organ entirely. Liver, if you actually just remove a portion of the liver stem cells or the adult stem cells will form or regenerate in liver cells or liver tissues again. In the past, scientists believe adult stem cells could only differentiate based on their tissues of origin. However, some evidences now suggest that they can differentiate to become other cell types as well. Say, for instance, researchers thought that stem cells residing in the bone marrow could give rise to only blood cells. However, emerging evidence suggests that adult stem cells may be able to create various type of cells. These bone marrow stem cells that may be not only blood cells, but that may be able to create bone or heart muscle cells also. Now, this research has led to early stage clinical trials to test usefulness and the safety in people. For example, adult stem cells that are currently being tested in people with neurological or heart diseases. So, these adult stem cells has a multipotency that can form the cells or that can form or differentiate into cells that are closely related, more specialized. Okay. Now, next one is the embryonic stem cell.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, adult stem cells are non-specific and
These are multipotent. Non-specific in the sense that are non-specific until and unless, because that is not that can produce more specialized cells, okay, but that is in a non-specific. If body needs to produce blood cells, the bone marrow cells that will differentiate to form blood cells. If my body needs some, say, heart cells or heart cells or muscle cells, then these adult stem cells will just differentiate and give rise to heart cells or muscle cells. That is more specialized. But the adult stem cell itself is in a non-specific state. That means it has no special kind of function. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next is the any question?
Ma'am, adult stem cell has multipotence and closely related to?
Closely related cells. That means that, say, not that cannot be all time closely related, because say hematopoietic stem cells. These hematopoietic stem cells are adult stem cells. Is an example of adult stem cell. Hematopoietic stem cell is multipotent in nature, because the hematopoietic stem cells will differentiate. That will give rise to, say, RBC, WBC, platelets, etc. Okay, that is multipotent, but it was the previous idea was that this bone marrow cells will just give rise to this blood cells only, the special kind of the closely related cells. But nowadays the researchers actually found that they can give rise to another specific cells also, specialized cells also. As I have mentioned, the bone marrow cells not only give rise to these blood cells, but if my body needs to produce heart cells or muscle cells, the bone marrow cells, because they have the multipotency, they will differentiate and they will form heart cells or muscle cells if my body needs it. This is basically completely dependent on the need of my body. This is a non-specific kind of cell, or you can say this is the terminal stem cell, because when a cell is becoming adult stem cell, that means after its differentiation, it won't form another stem cell, rather it will just make a specialized cell. Because when we were talking about zygotes, the totipotent cell, we have seen that when a totipotent cell or a zygote that is differentiating, this is giving rise to embryonic stem cells. Embryonic stem cells is what? This is nothing but a pluripotent cell. So basically, when a totipotent cell differentiate, it will give rise to a pluripotent cell. Means the totipotency means the totipotent cell has the ability to differentiate into any kind of cell type. Now when this is becoming a pluripotent cell, it cannot form every specific cells in our body, because the embryonic stem cells, as I have mentioned, the embryonic stem cells, that is pluripotent because it cannot form the placental cells. The cells of placenta it cannot form. Okay, so it is basically lacking, or it is basically losing its ability, or it's losing its potency. Totipotency means it can do anything, but multipotency, it has an inhibition. It cannot do anything that a totipotent cell can. Again, when a pluripotent cell, or say embryonic stem cell, that differentiate, it will give rise to a multipotent cell. That means the multipotent cell, it cannot, it can form the cells that have only the very focused or specialized function. Not each and every cells it can produce. This is the terminal stage of potency. A pluripotent cell that is becoming multipotent. The potency has reduced, or the sameness nature of the sameness ability has reduced a bit. And when it is becoming an adult stem cell, this is again a stem cell, because it has the probability, the basic features of a stem cell is the self-renewal property and to become or to divide, to become more specific cells. Both of these two properties the adult stem cells have. It can self-renew itself and it can form more specialized cell. But this is the terminal one, and from there it will directly form the more specialized cell. Now this is stem cell because it can form different kind of specialized cells. It was thought that these multipotent cells like adult stem cells, there are different kinds of adult stem cells which is very much specific for these closely related groups of cells only. These bone marrow cells, that will give rise to only the blood cells, but not other specialized cells. But researchers have found that our body, when needs different kinds of specialized cells, that is again coming from the adult stem cells, which is the terminal stage of stem cell. When it, from where it finally lose its potency and become an undifferentiated state of cell, that is the cell with a definite function. And this is the beauty of adult stem cell. It can form any of the specialized cell depending on the need of our body. So is it clear now, or?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next is the embryonic stem cell. So the thousands of different cell types that make up our bodies all came from one single cell, master builder cell called a pluripotent stem cell. So this is the, see, this is the fertilized egg, and this is the few celled embryo. This is 4 cell stage basically, 4 cell stage, and from here it form a blastocyst, and this is the embryonic stem cell. This is the cells, and from there actually it forms the embryonic stem cells, and this layer that cannot be say differentiated, that cannot be achieved from these embryonic stem cells, and this is the reason it is known as the pluripotent cell. Now pluripotent stem cells can be thought of as blank state because of their ability to build any cell types in the body, skin cells, brain cells, muscle cells, etc. Now unlike tissue stem cells, pluripotent stem cells are not limited to only becoming more of a certain tissues. Pluripotent stem cells primarily consists of embryonic stem cells, but The term now also encompasses another type of cells called induced pluripotent stem cells. From the very earliest stage of pregnancy, after the sperm fertilizes the embryo, around 3 to 5 days after a sperm fertilizes, the embryo takes the form of a blastocyst or a blast of cells. And what is a blastocyst? Blastocyst, it contains stem cells and will later implant in the womb. Embryonic stem cells come from a blastocyst that is 4 to 5 days old. Now, when scientists take stem cells from embryo, these are usually extra embryo that results from in vitro fertilization. Okay. Now, this blastocyst, you can see that contains two parts. An outer cell mass that becomes the placenta of the cells, and the inner cell mass that will develop into human body. So, this is clear, this inner cell mass, that is, it is not possible for this inner cell mass to form the outer cell mass, right?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, screen is on embryonic stem cell.
Just tell me again.
Ma'am, screen is on embryonic stem cell.
Yeah, I am just showing embryonic stem cells only. I am showing the figure. This blastocyst contains an outer cell mass, you can see, and inner cell mass. Now, these outer cell mass will become gradually the placenta, and the inner cell mass will form embryonic stem cells. So, the inner cell mass is where embryonic stem cells are found. Now, the scientists call these as pluripotent cell because they don't have the ability to form the cell or the cells of this placenta. Now, with the right simulation, the cells can become blood cells, skin cells, etc. Now, these embryonic stem cells, they came from the embryos that are 3 to 5 days old, and these are pluripotent, meaning they can divide into more stem cells or can become any type of cells in the body. And this is the reason this versatility actually allows the embryonic stem cells to be used to regenerate or repair diseased tissues and organs. The thing that I actually taught you today, is it clear? What is pluripotency, what is totipotency, what is multipotency?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I will stop here today, okay, and tomorrow I will start from 8:30. And
Okay, ma'am.
and I guess I won't be late tomorrow. Okay.